who am I? And that's the toughest question that I never really know how to answer that. I'm Rahul Aijaz. I'm a writer, filmmaker, director, producer, former journalist, film critic, photographer. So yeah, pretty much everything that you can think of. I started my career as a journalist in Korea, basically. It was interesting just going from a completely different culture, like ours, a very desi one, to something so unique and something that I hadn't explored before. And there I also got to go to like film festivals and direct theater plays and talk to people, hang out with like people from all nationalities. So like that is the exposure that I think really helped me. The film is called A Train Crosses the Desert. The Sindhi title is Renama Langandara Relagari, and I know it's a tongue twister. The title is actually taken from a poem which is also part of the film, and it's called A Train Crosses the Desert, and it's written by this Egyptian poet Ashraf Abul Yazid.
ॾाढी सही कयो मूं में एतिरी ताक़त हुजे वञी सीने जी पटड़ी ते लेटी पवां
The story pretty much is about two brothers in one room, and one is dying of cancer, and he requests his brother to euthanize him. So the film is about euthanasia and life and death and music and brotherhood, and all of these things come. Conception of the film, it basically, I would say, started in 2018 after I lost my cousin. Like he passed away, I remember, a couple days before Eid al-Fitr, like during Ramzan, and for the next many months, I think about 1.5 years, I just kept thinking about making something. It was a scar that needed to, I don't know, there was something that needed to just come out. I needed to release it out of me. To have that story be translated into Urdu or English or any other language, if I was like, I don't know, if I knew any more languages, if I translated it into other languages, it would not have the same essence that I wanted, that I could 100% deliver in Sindhi language, because I speak Sindhi at home. I think in 2 languages, 3 languages actually, Sindhi, Urdu, English, but Sindhi is my first language, and then I know the things, the nuances of the language better than I know in Urdu and other languages, So Sindhi was the most obvious choice in this one. And then I also thought, because I'm making something, I have some funding from Goethe, and now I have the opportunity to make something I want. Either I can make a very commercial film and target the mainstream audience, or I can make something that I really want to make. Like, it has to be satisfying for me as well. If I'm going to spend like 7 months on it, I need to enjoy it. Well, it was made in support of Goethe Film Institute and Institute of Business Management. It's a university that I teach at. And Goethe Institute, Pakistan had a program called Film Talents. I was selected as one of the 15 filmmakers from Pakistan and Afghanistan. So they sort of funded the short film, and I co-produced it with these 2 institutions in 2020. Last year, just before the pandemic. It was shot in 1 day, and the whole 6-month process, finally ended by summer. It's in Sindhi language, which is special to me and to Pakistan as well, because nobody makes films in Sindhi language in Pakistan or anywhere. Even though Sindhi diaspora, like Sindhi culture is 5,000-year-old culture, but right now it's decaying and it's dying. The language nobody cares about. Even we Sindhis don't care about it. So I thought it's better to tell an honest story about Sindhi, brothers in Sindhi language. And that is, one of the reasons. And I'm happy that in Kazan, in Russia, in Tatarstan. We have a Sindhi film that is going to be showcased.
Поезда пересекают пустыню. Пакистан. Rahul Aijaz.
A train crosses the desert. Pakistan. Rahul Aijaz.
One of my dreams is to kickstart the Sindhi film industry in Pakistan, or not just Sindhi film industry, but regional film industry. And I always encourage everyone to make films in their own languages, like whether you're Punjabi, Pashto, or Saraiki, या कोई भी आपकी जो languages हैं, because there are so many regional languages here. Sindhi was like my thing कि आप Sindhi film industry को थोड़ा सा एक वो करें, सिंधी में फिल्म बनाए. अच्छा, सिंधी में कोई फिल्म बना रहा नहीं है, so why not test it out with a short film, and then maybe somebody else would start making more short films and web series and feature films in Sindhi, and maybe 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, if we are still alive, there will be a complete industry and more people will be willing to take risks on it and sort of, make more films. Like if we had that 40 years, I would not be the first filmmaker to send my films to festivals. I would probably be the 250th, but we don't have that. And now this is the time I think we start building towards that. Okay, our world cinema mein, we talk about Iranian cinema, this cinema, Kurdish cinema is a whole different thing as well. And you have all these countries, all these nations, all these voices. Where is Sindhi cinema? It doesn't exist. So hopefully someday we will